Currently up a tree. Alright, bro. I want to talk today about conventional thinking, everything that's wrong with it, and what I believe we should be doing to combat this idea of just being normal, right? If you're watching this right now and you don't have ridiculously high ambitions, you don't have a lot that you want to strive for, if you don't have goals and dreams and a purpose, and if you're fine with just working your shit job for the rest of your life and setting your children up for the same shit job, and if you're okay with turning 60, 65, 70 and thinking, oh shit, I wasted my entire life doing something I don't even find fulfillment in. If you're okay with all of that I've just described, I'd like you to watch something else. If you are watching this and you're thinking, okay, I want to improve my life, I want to improve the conditions of my family and the people I care about, this video is more so for you. So, MJ DeMarco, in his book Unscripted, discusses how conventional thinking, average ideas, only ever yield average results. So how we can apply this then is not even necessarily doing the bare minimum, but just doing the normal things people do to get normal results is not going to cut it. So in the gym, right, let's just look at gym for a good understanding, all right? Obviously, you've got whatever program that you're working in. Maybe you don't have a current program, you just go in and just do whatever. There's more stuff you can do in relation to your fitness and your health and all of this than you are currently doing. And the more you dive into that, the more unconventional things are going to get. So you can start with contrast therapy, like hot and cold exposure. You can get into flexibility, mobility, and then all of a sudden you're looking at the back of everything you buy so you can monitor all the ingredients that you consume, because you don't want to consume anything unnatural, processed, preservatives, flavorings, colors, all sorts of thickeners and nonsense, right? You can take things very extreme, and the more unconventional you get, the more extreme you get, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out, right? Obviously, we all know the main thing here is taking correct action. In fact, you know what? Action beats inaction, even if the actions taking aren't optimal. So going to the gym and just benching something is better than not going to the gym at all, right? We can all agree on that. But then once you're going to the gym and you're just benching whatever, you then need to be thinking, okay, I'll record this, I'll do better next week, I'll eat really clean, I'll focus on my sleep and do all this, right? There's always more we can be doing. And the more unconventional, the more away from normal we step, the more we can expect better results, okay? Because what is the normal? What is average? All right, if we just look at your average man in today's day and age, pathetic, all right? We're surrounded by shit influences, okay? We've been raised in school for 16 to 18 years being told the same shit. It just crushes critical thinking. It crushes any ambition you have. You just get told, oh, make sure you get good grades. You can go to a good university and you can get a good job, and then you can buy a house, and then you can, then your life really starts once you've paid that 25-year mortgage off. It's sad. All right, Look, I understand that these things are what everyone does, but I also understand that if I don't want what everyone does, and if I don't want to just be like everyone else, I have to do more. I have to be different. I have to be that bit extra. Look, I'll give you another example, okay? I am honestly quite peculiar, because I when I go to work, right, I bring like a packed lunch, and all the food items I've got in my packed lunch are one ingredient things. So nuts, honey, coffee. I bring my own coffee and I work in a cafe, because the coffee I drink is of a higher quality than the coffee we serve. Soon enough, once I acquire a water filter, I'm going to be bringing my own water in, so I don't have to drink the tap water. I can drink filtered water. Do you understand? Like, the more you look into it, the more... Toothpaste, okay, for the last 2 years, I'm 19, at 17 years old, I understood the dangers of fluoride. I understood, hang on a minute, they're killing my fucking brain. They're putting things in the water that I drink to help with cavities, even though it has little to no contact with your teeth. You drink water, you drink it, you swallow it, you've consumed it, and then all the fluoride just sits in you, and it finds its way to your brain, and it increases the risk of neurological diseases. So I'm saying, guys, you really can get more out of life if you stop thinking conventionally and if you do those extra things that no one else is going to do. This brings me on to my next point as well, okay? I've spoke to people about this sort of thinking of mine, and they've told me, like, life isn't just a competition. And although I think you can take it too far and you can stop enjoying life if you just view it as a competition, I do think life is a competition. I think I'm competing with all of you and you're all competing with me, and we're at different levels of this competition, but at the end of the day, whoever wants it more, whoever puts in more, is going to get more, right? So obviously we don't just want normal people goals of, like, you know, I don't even know what a normal people goal would be described as, like, you know, 1 holiday a year and to just get really good at Fortnite, all right? Like, there's normal people goals, yeah? We don't want that. We want a beautiful feminine wife to raise our children. We want a nice rural house in the countryside with an orchard and, you know, animals that you can raise and kill and eat. Maybe you don't want that, but these are things that I want that aren't what I describe normal people as wanting. Maybe you want a nice apartment in the city. Maybe that's more your speed. I don't really want to live in a city. I think they're quite dirty, but that's just me. That's my opinion. Whatever it is that you want, okay, guarantee you other people want that too. I don't care what it is, even if it's something that isn't necessarily direct competition, like your health. Other people want to be healthy, right? And so whoever wants it more, whoever puts in more, whoever takes more action, gets better results. They're healthier. They look better. And then what happens when this man that is healthier, that looks better, that is stronger, that is more physically imposing, who has focused on his business, who has focused on his emotional and spiritual fulfillment, what happens when he meets your potential future wife? And he's more confident than you, and he's got more going for him. Who does she choose? The best option available, or the guy that said he was going to do the work that never actually took the action? It's food for thought, guys. Like, using fear as a motivator can be really powerful as long as you do it in the right way and you don't let it actually paralyze you. I just want you guys to watch this and think, okay, if the normal people are doing this, how can I be more than normal? All right, because it can start really simple. It can start with just making sure you're only consuming foods that have one ingredient. It can start with, okay, look, something that I did that was really abnormal for me, that I hope you can draw inspiration from this and do something on par with this degree of abstract sort of action, is I wanted to avoid pesticides. I wanted to avoid harmful foods. Do you want to know what I did? I started growing my own fucking vegetables at like 17, 18. When I turned 18, I got my own allotment. And in fairness, I'll be totally honest with you guys, I haven't been down there in about 2 weeks, okay? So when I do go down, it's going to be very overgrown. I'm going to have a lot of work to do. And that's just because I've been pursuing other goals like my fitness, and I've been really focusing on my education and stuff. And I have been a bit lazy as well. I'm not going to lie to you as well. I have been doing other things, but I've also not been as proactive as I could have been. And so this video does still apply to me too. I need to do more. But because I wanted to avoid pesticides, I grew my own vegetables. I grew my own tomatoes, my own onions, my own potatoes, my own fruit. A lot of fruit as well. Fruit's expensive, and I don't have to pay for it because I grow my own for the right, through the right months. Because in the wintertime, obviously, you've got to buy your own fruit because it's not growing. But that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Not necessarily getting an allotment. That's not what I'm telling you guys to do. What I am telling you to do is, if you've got a goal like to be healthier, look at the things you can do. Look at the actions you can take. And the more actions you take, especially the more actions that you know you're the only person taking, especially in your age range or your demographic. How many 19-year-olds have an allotment? None. So in that respect, I'm then going to get ahead of all the 19-year-olds that don't, because I know how to grow food better. I understand what sort of conditions certain fruits and vegetables need. And that might serve me later in life when other people are only getting into gardening. I've done it for 10 years. Do you understand? We're all competing, guys. Like, everyone who agrees with what I'm saying, everyone who subscribes and is a person who approves of what I say, I'm not going to keep anything from you guys, okay? If you agree with my message and you think that we as men need to improve ourselves for the betterment of society and for the betterment of the people we care about, if you agree with this sort of thing, then honestly, I wish you more power, because it's us that is gonna... We're gonna shape the next you know what I mean, the next phase of human development, because we're going to be, oh, I just had a spider on me there. We're going to live up to what our ancestors strived for. What did your ancestors do? They literally would go out and hunt animals, and if they didn't, their tribe would die. If they didn't go out and secure food, they would die. That's how much they provided, and you know, they had the masculine ambition without having to second guess it. I'm just trying to set my phone up so I haven't actually got to hold it. I think that all the people around my age and people that are perhaps a little bit older, a little bit younger, that are going to follow my advice, and it's not even just my advice, because I've quoted books and resources that I've attained this from. I'm not claiming to be the Messiah. I'm not claiming to be, you know, a know-it-all. We need to maintain that student mindset and understand that I am still a student, and I'm just teaching you what I have learned that benefits me. Because if I get more young men that are in a similar sort of situation, that have similar aspirations, then I've got more friends. Then I've got more people that I can connect with that value similar things to me, that can improve their lives, and they can teach me things. Because networking is extremely important, okay? I'll give you an example as well, right? So I go to my butcher for all the meat I buy, all the animal products I buy, okay? Other than eggs, I get eggs from somewhere else, because these eggs are top tier. And when I go in and buy meat, sometimes they put things away for me, and sometimes they keep things to one side, and if I ever want anything, they'll write in and they'll just get it for me. Obviously they're a business, and they do just do service as general, but it's pleasant to go in there and they've put things aside for you, and I have my meat wrapped up in paper so it doesn't touch any plastic. It's just those little things, guys. And I would like to network with more like-minded people. So if you've watched this video and you found the advice helpful, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let's help grow this channel, and I'll be able to reach more people. We'll be able to start a movement. There's already a movement in place, okay? More young men are getting into the gym. More young men are improving their lives and benefiting from training their mind and building a stronger physique and all of these wonderful things. I want to be a part of the growth of a generation, because we as a collective have never been weaker. You guys know about the whole issue with testosterone and stuff, the fact that it's literally on a steep decline since the 1970s. Conveniently, it's been on a decline since the introduction of things like birth control and all sorts of things that started in like the 70s and stuff that has just contributed towards the decline. But it's things like lifestyle as well. It's things like the quality of our food and pesticides and all sorts of like horrible things. And I want to be a part of improving our society as a whole. I think it's a net positive for more of us to get onto this kind of lifestyle and to get onto this sort of desires of being better for the betterment of society and for the people we care about. So I'm going to leave the video there. Try and be more abnormal. Try and be the change you want to see in the world, okay? And if you see people that would benefit from, you know, how to improve their lives, or people that clearly aren't there yet, don't be negative. Try and help the people around you, because it's gonna benefit you. It'll benefit your soul to help people you care about. Always try and teach people something you know more about. And yeah. Be the change you want to see in the world, okay? Do that extra mile. Take that extra step that is gonna benefit you long term. So be it doing half an hour of flexibility mobility, be it doing that meditation, that grounding, that mindfulness, whatever it is, take those extra steps, and you're not the only one that will benefit, okay? The people around you are going to benefit from you being more of a man. Not only will you, that's the beautiful thing, you're going to benefit, and as are the people you care about. That's literally a win-win, okay? I'm gonna leave the video there. I'm gonna head home, get some eggs in me, get some dairy in me, and I'm gonna work on something that is hopefully gonna be that next level thing to take me further, okay? I'll introduce that in the next video probably, or in a couple of videos from now, once I've actually got things undergo and I've started taking more and more action. I appreciate you guys watching this. If you found value, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me your thoughts. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.